say what goes up must eventually come down, but I've been falling upward, trying not to hit the ground. Gravity's a metaphor for everything that pulls. Learning how to fly with all these beautiful rules. Weight of expectations, weight of who I ought to be. Learning that the heaviest things are the things I cannot see. Grace is in the letting go, grace is in the fall. Understanding that sometimes surrender is the call between gravity and grace. I'm finding my own space between gravity and grace. Learning to embrace. Anchored to the earth by all the things I cannot change. Reaching for the stratosphere where everything feels strange. Balance is a tightrope between holding on and flight. Dancing in the middle ground between the dark and light. Every disappointment is just gravity at work. Every small success is grace appearing through the murk. Learning that resistance is just fear of letting go. Trust that what will hold me up is more than I can know. Between gravity and grace, I'm finding my own space. Between gravity and grace, learning to embrace it. What if falling's flying, just from a different view? What if all this weight I carry is what's making me brand new? Grounded and ascending simultaneously somehow. Finding that the present is the only place that's now. Gravity's my teacher, grace is what I'm learning still. Floating and falling, following the wheel. Gravity and grace, holding me in place. Gravity and grace, showing me the way. Let me fall, let me fly, let me live between the earth and sky.
Every memory's a book, sitting dusty on the shelf, reading through the chapters of the story of myself. Some pages have been torn out, some are stained with tears, cataloging the journey through the archive of my years. Walking through the aisles of everything I've been, opening the covers, diving deeper in. Fiction mixed with fact until I can't tell which is which. Every recollection is a beautiful glitch in the library of moments. Every memory's on display in the library of moments. Nothing fades away. We're all just stories written in the language of today. reference section full of people who have shaped my mind. Biographies of lovers that I'm trying to leave behind. Poetry and conversations that I'll never have again. Journals of the journeys doubt me during bleeds of when I was someone different, but with some I'm still the same. Learning that our chapters share a universal name. Finding my own story in the stories that I read. Understanding that we're all just planting the same seed. In the library of memories on display. In the library of moments, nothing fades away. We're all just stories written in the language of today. Check me out and hold me close. Read between my lines. Every chapter that I wrote, connecting through time. Closing time is coming, but I'm not done reading yet. So many books still waiting, so much I might forget. But maybe that's the beauty in this library of life. Learning that the stories are what carry us through strife. A library of moments, teach me how to be. All the books I've written, all I'll never see. Library of moments, let me understand that I'm both the reader and the writing hand.
They say life's written in the stars, but I can't read the sky. Trying to decode the blueprint of the reasons why. Every line and angle of the person I've become. Calculating distances from where I'm headed, where I'm from. Architecture of emotion, structure built from pain. Every wall I've ever built to shelter from the rain. Foundations made of memories, rooftop made of dreams. Nothing's quite as solid as it actually seems. We're building and rebuilding from the blueprints of the soul. Every day we're constructing something we can't control. Drafting plans in pencil cause I know they're gonna change. Every revision teaches me to navigate the strange. Windows looking inward, doors that open out. Balancing the architecture of my faith and doubt. Some rooms are filled with light and some I'm scared to see. Corridors connecting, different versions of me. Walking through the hallways of the choices that I made. Every step's a cornerstone, every thought's a blaze. We're building and rebuilding from the blueprints of the soul. Every day we're constructing something we can't control. When it all comes crashing down, will I rebuild it the same? Or will I learn to let the ruins teach me a new name? Measuring the distance between who I am and who I'll be, yeah. Sketching out the bridges that connect my history, yeah. Every blueprint's temporary, every plan's a guess. Learning that the beauty's in the permanent and perfect mess. Blueprint of the soul, unfold. Show me what I need to know. Blueprint of the soul, be bold. Teach me how to let it go.
Ink bleeds on the page like thoughts through my conscience. City lights flicker while I'm writing in apartments. Moon my only witness to these late night confessions. Questions with no answers, just philosophical sessions. Time moves in circles, never really linear. We chase tomorrow, but the present disappears. Memories a phantom that we're trying to hold on to. Moments slip like water through the palms that console you. In the silence of the midnight hour, we find truth within the cipher. Every thought's a blooming flower, growing tall despite the fire. And tall despite the fire. Vinyl spinning backwards, hit a soul in the static. Wisdom in the groove, that's automatically classic. Life's a composition, every bar's a conversation. Finding beauty in the flaws, that's true appreciation. Walking through the city with my head in constellations. Feet upon the pavement, but my mind's in meditation. We're all seeking meaning in this cosmic conversation. Answers in the rhythm, jazz and hip-hop combination. Yeah. In the silence of the midnight hour, we find truth within the cipher. Every thought's a blooming flower, growing tall despite the fire. Growing tall despite the fire. Seasons change like moods, nothing stays forever. But the music that we make might keep us tied together. Searching for connection in a world that feels divided. Writing verses in the dark where real emotions hide in baseline. Walks beside me like a friend I've always known. Road keys paint pictures of the seeds that I have sown. In the end we're all just trying to find our own redemption. One verse at a time, that's my humble intervention. Growing tall despite the fire. Tall despite the fire. Tall despite the fire.
Architecture of the spirit, blueprints drawn in stardust, building who we are from pain and love and trust. Every scar's a window, every wound's a door, leading to the chambers we've been searching for. Identity's a construct that we're constantly revising. Truth beneath the surface, always surprising. We're all works in progress, never really finished. Finding strength inside the ways that we've diminished. Read the blueprint of the soul. In the music we console. Every note reveals the whole. Broken pieces make us whole. Jazz hands of creation, shaping destiny from clay. Every choice we make becomes the price we have to pay. Not in punishment, but consequence in growing. Seeds we plant today determine what starts showing. Tomorrow is just a mirror of the present's dedication. Past is just a teacher for the soul's education. We're all students in the school of earthly living, learning that receiving comes from constant giving. Read the blueprint of the soul. In the music we console. Every note reveals the whole. Broken pieces make us whole. Walking through the city with my blueprint in my pocket. Plans change with the weather, can't control it, gotta rock it. Flexibility's a key to navigating life's surprises. Rigid structures crumble, but the fluid rises. Baseline meditation guides me through the maze. Hip-hop innovation lighting up the haze. We're all architects designing our existence, finding meaning in the music and persistence.
Time's a concept we invented to contain infinity.
measuring the moments that were never meant to be. Counted or accounted for, filed away in rows. I'm a clock without any hands moving as it flows. Seconds in the minutes and the hours in the dust. Learning that the only time there is right now. Just this breath, this beat, this moment that I'm living in. Every ending is a chance for time to start again. Clock without ends, moving through the mystery. Clock without ends, writing my own history. No more counting down the days, learning new and ancient ways. Chasing deadlines, racing sunrise, trying to keep pace. Finding that the finish line keeps changing its place. What if time's not linear but circles back around? What if all the moments are just echoes of one sound? Past and future meeting in the present that we share. Learning that forever's in the mindfulness and care we give to every second, every fraction of right now. Clock without any hands, I'm finally learning how. Clock without hands, moving through the mystery. La 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 la. Clock without hands, writing my own history. No more counting down the days, learning new and ancient ways. If time stood still tomorrow, would we notice it was gone? Or will we keep on moving to an everlasting song? Timeless is a feeling, not a measurement of hours. Finding that the present is the source of all our powers. Letting go of schedules, letting go of when. Being like a clock without the pressure of the 10. Clock without hands, clock without hands, moving free in the flow of what will be. Clock without hands, clock without hands, teach me now to live without the why and how.
Sitting by the window watching strangers pass me by. Every face a novel that I'll never get to read. Wondering what keeps them up at night beneath the sky. What they're running toward or from. What makes their hearts bleed. Steam rising from my cup like questions from my mind. Swirling into patterns that dissolve before I see. All the answers seem to hide in places I can't find. Maybe understanding's in accepting mystery. In this coffee shop of consciousness, we're all just sipping on the same questions with no answers yet, playing an eternal game. Playing an eternal game. Conversations floating through the air like secondhand smoke. Every word's a window into someone else's world. Philosophy and small talk, wisdom and a joke. Watching life unfold in moments, watch it get unfurled. The barista knows my order, knows I'll sit for hours, knows I'm working something out that doesn't have a name. Finding truth in simple things and ordinary powers, recognizing that we're all just trying to do the same. In this coffee shop of consciousness, we're all just sipping on the same questions with no answers yet, playing an eternal game. against the window sounds like rhythm from my thoughts. A question for the questions that I'm asking to myself. Life's a composition made of everything we're not. Finding meaning in the margins, wisdom on the shelf. Let me stay here for a while in this sanctuary. Let me rest here with a smile in this temporary. Looking at the stars like they're maps to understanding. Ancient light from distant suns still expanding. We're all constellations in this cosmic connection. Every soul's a star with its own unique reflection. Patterns in the chaos, order in the madness, finding light inside the overwhelming sadness. Universe conspires in mysterious ways, guiding us through darkness to our brightest days. Follow constellation maps above, written in the language of love. Every star a story told. Ancient wisdom, hearts, doors of gold. Jazz is like the cosmos' infinite expansion. Hip-hop is the gravity that keeps us in its mansion. Blending both together creates celestial music, navigating life through how we choose to use it. We're all travelers on a spinning blue marble. Every moment precious like the notes in a carol, singing to existence, trying to find our meaning in the space between the stars where truth is gleaming. Follow constellation maps above, written in the language of love. Every star a story told. Ancient wisdom, hearts of gold. Midnight sky philosophy while bass lines meditate. Every thought's a shooting star that's helping navigate through the darkness of uncertainty and doubt. Music is the compass that can help us figure out who we are beneath the surface of our daily living. Purpose isn't taking, real purpose comes from giving. Light to all the darkness, love to all the pain. Constellation maps to guide us through the rain. Race keys fading into night. Baseline walking toward the light. In the music we take flight. Guided by the stars so bright.
Echoes in the chamber of my mind keep resonating. Thoughts from years ago still patiently waiting for me to understand the lessons they've been teaching. Truth is always present if we're open to the reaching. Memories a melody that plays on endless loop. Time's a jazz musician in an ever-changing group. We're all compositions written by our experiences, finding harmony inside the disconnects and dissonance. In the echoes hear the truth, reverberations of our youth. Every sound that bounces back guides us on our winding track. Sitting in the silence after music fades away, that's when real wisdom tends to have its say. Space between the notes is where the magic happens. Life's not in the noise, but in the quiet patterns. We're all searching for connection in the echo chamber, looking for the signals that can help us find our anchor. Floating in the void, but music keeps us tethered. Jazz and hip-hop binding, keeping us together. In the echoes hear the truth, reverberations of our youth. Every sound that bounces back guides us on our winding track. Walking through existence like a sound wave through the air, vibrating with intention, spreading love and care. Every word we speak becomes an echo for the future. Music is the medicine, the ultimate suture, healing all the wounds that time and life inflict, finding solace in the rhythm, in the music we depict. Echoes in the chamber slowly fading into silence, finding peace inside the space between the noise and violence. Started where I ended and I'm ending where I began. Full circle rotation of this limited span. Called a lifetime, called a dream, called a cosmic joke. We're all just words that the universe spoke and forgot about. We're improvised jazz, not written down, just happening as it happens. No script, no predetermined route, just conscious legs expressing itself inside and out. Full circle, back to where we started from. The journey ends where it begun. Every question leads back to the source. Life's just a circle, not a straight line course. Oh, oh, oh. The old becomes new, the new becomes old. Stories retold in different modes. History repeats, but never quite the same. Different players, but the same existential game. We're born knowing nothing, spend life learning stuff, then die knowing nothing was ever enough to fully grasp this mystery we're part of. Participants in what we can't rise above. Full circle, back to where we started from. The journey ends where it begun. Every question leads back to the source. Life's just a circle, not a straight line course. No ending, no beginning, just continuous rotation. One long vibration. One long vibration. Yeah. So here I am at the end, it's the beginning again, with more questions than I started with, and yet zen. And knowing that not knowing is the only honest stance. We're all just improvising in this cosmic dance. The beat goes on after I fade to black. Some other voice will pick up the slack. Continue the conversation I'm having with time. Full circle, complete with this final rhyme. Full circle,
Round, round the wheel of life spins, where it stops, where it begins. Full circle, the eternal return. What we leave is what we earn. These grooves in the wax, these thoughts in the ether. Full circle, full circle, full circle, full circle, full circle.
They say what goes up must eventually come down, but I've been falling upward, trying not to hit the ground. Gravity's a metaphor for everything that pulls. Learning how to fly with all these beautiful rules. Weight of expectations, weight of who I ought to be. Learning that the heaviest things are the things I cannot see. Grace is in the letting go, grace is in the fall. Understanding that sometimes surrender is the call. Between gravity and grace, I'm finding my own space. Between gravity and grace, learning to embrace. Anchored to the earth by all the things I cannot change. Reaching for the stratosphere where everything feels strange. Balance is a tightrope between holding on and flight. Dancing in the middle ground between the dark and light. Every disappointment is just gravity at work. Every small success is grace appearing through the murk. Learning that resistance is just fear of letting go. Trust that what will hold me up is more than I can know. Between gravity and grace, I'm finding my own space. Between gravity and grace, learning to embrace. What if falling's flying just from a different view? What if all this weight I carry is what's making me brand new? Grounded and ascending simultaneously somehow. Finding that the present is the only place that's now. Gravity's my teacher, grace is what I'm learning still. Floating, falling, following the will. Gravity and grace holding me in place. Gravity and grace showing me the way. Let me fall
Yeah. Staring at the horizon where the earth meets the sky. Metaphor for limits that we're always trying to fly by. Distance is illusion, just perspective playing tricks. Every ending is beginning, every answer has a fix. Walking on this tightrope between knowing and the mystery. Writing my own chapter in this infinite history. We're all authors of our stories, every bar's a sentence. Finding meaning in the struggle, purpose and repentance. At the horizon line we meet, where the sky and ground compete. In that space we find what's real. Truth is in the way we feel. Ooh, truth is in the way we feel. Ooh, yeah, yeah. City sleeping but my mind is wide awake and wandering through the corridors of thought where I've been pondering what it means to be alive in this particular moment. Every breath's a miracle, every thought's a component of the greater consciousness that's flowing through creation. Music is the current in this cosmic circulation. We're all drops inside an ocean that's forever moving. Jazz and hip-hop waves are evidence we're all improving, yeah. At the horizon line we meet, where the sky and ground compete. In that space we find what's real. Truth is in the way we feel. Truth is in the way we feel. Yeah, yeah. Final spinning wisdom from the masters of the past, showing us that beauty's in the moments that don't last. Impermanence the only thing that's truly permanent. Learning how to let go while remaining relevant. Horizon keeps on moving, no matter how we chase it. Life's not about arrival, it's about how we embrace it. Every step's the destination if we're present in the walking. Music is the language when the soul is really talking. Talking, talking, talking.
Every memory's a book sitting dusty on the shelf, reading through the chapters of the story of myself. Some pages have been torn out, some are stained with tears, cataloging the journey through the archive of my years. Walking through the aisles of everything I've been, opening the covers, diving deeper in. Fiction mixed with fact until I can't tell which is which. Every recollection is a beautiful glitch in the library of moments. Every memory's on display in the library of moments. Nothing fades away. We're all just stories written in the language of today. Reference section full of people who have shaped my mind. Biographies of lovers that I'm trying to leave behind. Poetry and conversations that I'll never have again. Journals of the journeys that keep memories of when I was someone different, but with some I'm still the same. Learning that our chapters share a universal name. Finding my own story in the stories that I read. Understanding that we're all just planting the same library of moments. Every memory's on display in the library of moments. Nothing fades away. We're all just stories written in the language of today. Check me out and hold me close. Read between my lines. Every chapter that I wrote, connecting through time. Yeah, yeah. Closing time is coming, but I'm not done reading yet. So many books still waiting, so much I might forget. But maybe that's the beauty in this library of life. Learning that the stories all will carry us through strife. Library of moments, teach me how to be. All the books I've written, all I'll never see. Library of moments, let me understand that I'm both the reader and the writing hand.
Paint my thoughts across the ceiling, watch them drip like rain. Every memory's a color, mixing pleasure with the pain. City lights reflecting on the window of my soul, trying to find the missing pieces that could make me whole. Time moves slow when you're contemplating what is real, learning how to touch the intangible to see and feel. Conversations with the silence teach me more than words, flying through the darkness like I'm learning from the birds. We're all just midnight painters, drawing dreams on borrowed time, searching for the answers in the rhythm and the rhyme. Philosophy in puddles, see the world in every drop. Questions multiply like echoes that will never stop. Walking through these moments like I'm reading poetry. Every step's a letter in the book of what will be. Holding on to fragments of the truth we'll never know. Planting seeds of wisdom in the places we can grow. Life's a conversation between shadows and the light. Finding beauty in the struggle, making wrong feel right, yeah. We're all just midnight painters, drawing dreams on borrowed time, searching for the answers in the rhythm and the rhyme. And when the morning comes, will we remember who we are? Or will we fade like smoke beneath the daylight star? These reflections in the moment are the only truth I trust. Building cathedrals out of memories and dust. Every heartbeat is a drum that keeps the tempo of my soul. Finding peace in imperfection, learning to let go. Midnight canvas, paint me free. In the canvas I can see. Midnight canvas, let me be. Everything I'll never be.
And the world feels different here. When silence gets loud and thoughts become clear, night strips away the mask we wear all day, leaving only truth in various shades of gray. The moon's a spotlight on the theater of doubt, where internal dialogues and demons come out. I'm wrestling with questions that have no answers, while the city sleeps off its daily cancers. It's nocturnal philosophy when darkness sets us free, to think the thoughts we hide from in the light. No judgment, no pretense, just raw consequence of consciousness awakened in the night. Coffee cold, notebook full of half-formed ideas, trying to make sense of all these wasted years. Or were they wasted? Maybe that's just my perception. Every failure might have been a necessary lesson. The jazz plays low like a companion in the dark, each note a reminder of the question mark that hangs above existence like a cloud. We're all just thinking out loud. This nocturnal philosophy when darkness sets us free, to think the thoughts we hide from in the light. No judgment, no pretense, just raw consequence of consciousness awakened in the night. Yeah. Night reveals what daylight hides, the parts of us we keep inside. When everyone's asleep, I'm wide awake, wrestling with what's real and what's fake. Maybe truth's not something you discover, but something you create, and then uncover layer after layer until you reach the core and find there's nothing there, or everything or more. The night doesn't answer, just ask better questions, test my assumptions and my false perceptions. So I'll stay up until the dawn breaks through, mining darkness for what might be true. The night is my temple, silence my prayer. Truth feels closer in the midnight air.
Nocturnal philosophy. When the day won't let us be. Yeah. Nocturnal philosophy. When the day won't let us be.
Precipitation of emotions falling from the grave. Every drop's a feeling that I couldn't find a way to express or to explain or to verbally release. So I let the weather paint my temporary peace. Thunder in the distance is the anger I don't show. Lightning's all the moments when I finally let go. Rain on canvas, watch it spread the colors into new combinations never seen, perspectives never viewed. Let it rain on canvas, let the storm paint me alive. Let it rain on canvas, teaching me to survive in the downpour of existence, finding beauty in persistence. Puddles are reflections of the sky turned upside down. Seeing the world differently when everything can drown. But drowning's just perspective. Sometimes water helps us see clearer than we ever did when everything was dry and free from the weight of what we carry, from the burden of the heart. Sometimes storms are necessary to create the finest art, washing away the pretense, washing clean the pain. Learning that renewal only comes through the rain. Let it rain on canvas, let the storm paint me alive. Let it rain on canvas, teaching me to survive in the downpour of existence, finding beauty in persistence. When the clouds finally break, will I miss the stormy days, or will I appreciate the sun's forgiving rays? Drip by drip, the masterpiece emerges from the grave. Every raindrop's a decision in this artwork called today. Can't control the weather, but I'm learning to create something beautiful from every drop of joy and hate. Rain on canvas, let it fall. Pain ain't the truth of it all. Rain on canvas, hear the call, rising every time I fall.
Autumn in my thoughts today, leaves falling from the tree. Every season teaches something about the person I could be. Spring was full of promise, summer burned too bright. Now I'm in the cooling down, preparing for the night. Watching how the cycles spin, nothing stays the same. Growth and death are partners in this everlasting game. Wisdom in the withering, beauty in decay. Learning that tomorrow's built from yesterday, yeah. Seasons of the mind keep turning, lessons that we're always learning.
in the falling and returning. Seasons of the mind, seasons of the mind keep turning. Lessons that we're always learning, in the falling and returning. Seasons of the mind. Winter brings clarity, cold can make you see all the things you buried underneath the summer's tree. Hibernating thoughts emerge when everything is still. Finding strength in solitude, bending to the will of something bigger than myself. Patterns in the snow, every footprint tells a story only time will know. Cycling through emotions like the world cycles through years. Finding warmth and wisdom, shelter from the fears. Seasons of the mind keep turning. Lessons that we're always learning, in the falling and returning. Seasons of the mind, seasons of the mind keep turning. Lessons that we're always learning, in the falling and returning. Oh, and if spring never came, would we appreciate the bloom? If we never felt the cold, could we ever leave the room? Standing at the crossroads of the seasons in between. Understanding transitions are the spaces seldom seen. Every ending is beginning, every loss a gain. Dancing in the mystery, learning to sustain. Let the seasons turn in me. Teach me how to flow and be. Let the seasons set me free. In the change I finally see. Yeah. I'm the observer watching life through glass. People moving fast, trying to make it last. But I'm stuck between participation and observation, analyzing every moment, missing the sensation of being fully present in the flow of things. Instead I'm documenting life with broken wings, unable to fly, but aware of the sky. The curse of consciousness to watch and ask why. The observer can't stop observing self, caught in loops of mental wealth for mental health. Watching the watcher, recursive and strange, forever separated by this perceptive range. Yeah. Metacognition got me trapped in my head, thinking about thinking instead of living instead. Every emotion gets analyzed before it's felt. Every card before it's dealt gets examined and dwelt upon, until the moment passes and I'm left with observations of the life I could have lived if I wasn't so busy being aware of being there. The observer can't stop observing self, caught in loops of mental wealth for mental health. Watching the watcher, recursive and strange, forever separated by this perceptive range. Maybe consciousness is both gift and curse, the blessing and the hearse that carries us through life, with awareness sharp as a knife. But the jazz reminds me that the mind can groove, even if it can't completely lose itself and move without watching itself move, without the split between experience and the witness to it. So I'll embrace this double vision, this bifurcated state, the observer and the participant, early and late, to every party of sensation, standing at the door, forever watching, forever wanting more. The observer sees the sunset, knows it's beautiful, but can't help calculating why it's beautiful, trapped in analysis. The observer's paralysis.
Velvet curtains closing on another day gone by. Thoughts like silk threads weaving patterns in my mind's eye. Complexity and simplicity, the paradox of being blind, but somehow through the music I am seeing. Every chord's a question mark, every rest's an answer. Life's a composition where we're all improvised dancers, moving to a rhythm that's both ancient and tomorrow. Finding joy inside the spaces, beauty in the sorrow. Velvet thoughts on Saturn nights, rose keys painting purple lights. In the groove we touch the heights where wrong becomes the right. Velvet thoughts on Saturn nights, rose keys painting purple lights. In the groove we touch the heights where wrong becomes the right. Philosophizing over breaks and jazz-infected beats. Wisdom in the baseline, walking down these city streets. We're all seekers of a truth that's always just beyond us, reaching for the infinite while finite life surrounds us. Oh, moments are like measures in this symphony we're living. Every choice and note we play, every word we speak is given. Formed all the formless thoughts that populate our essences. Music is the medium that captures our quintessence. On velvet thoughts on Saturn nights, rose keys painting purple lights. In the groove we touch the heights where wrong becomes the right. Velvet thoughts on Saturn nights, rose keys painting purple lights. In the groove we touch the heights where wrong becomes the right. Midnight conversations with the moon about existence, finding all the answers in the music's smooth persistence. We're not meant to understand, just experience the flow. Letting go of certainty so wisdom's free to grow. Oh, jazz taught me to embrace the unexpected changes. Hip-hop showed me how to navigate the strangest ranges. Blending into something that transcends the simple genres. Life's a jam session, we're all musical performers. Hourglass philosophy, we're living on borrowed time. Every second precious like the rhythm in this rhyme. Mortality's a mirror showing us what really matters. Stripping all the ego till the truth is all that's scattered. Living like tomorrow might not ever really come. Finding joy in simple things, the moon, the stars, the sun. We're temporary visitors on this terrestrial plane, making art from heartbreak, finding sunshine in the rain. Tick-tock goes the metronome of life. Every beat reminds us we're alive. In the groove we find the will to thrive. On borrowed time we learn to fly. Watching people rush like they got somewhere to arrive, missing all the moments while they're hustling to survive. Slow it down, the baseline says there's wisdom in the waiting. Life's not a destination, it's the art of creating. Every breath's a gift wrapped in this cosmic experience. Mindfulness, the antidote to fear and interference. We're all just playing roles in this elaborate production, finding meaning in the music, in the self-destruction. Now tick-tock goes the metronome of life. Every beat reminds us we're alive. In the groove we find the will to thrive. On borrowed time we learn to tick-tock goes the metronome of life. Every beat reminds us we're alive. In the groove we find the will to thrive. On borrowed time we Jazz taught me that beauty lives inside imperfection. Hip-hop showed me strength comes from honest introspection. Blending both together like the past and present merging. Every verse I write becomes a tool for inner purging. Clock hands keep on moving, but the moment's always now. Future's just illusion, presence is the sacred vow. Living on this borrowed time with gratitude and grace. Finding all the answers in the music and the space.